I am Piyush Kumar, TGT SST, JNV Mahasamam, CG. Today I am here with NCERT Class 7, Civics, Social and Political Life Part 2, where we are going to deal with the chapter Growing Up as Boys and Girls. Let us see. Being a boy or a girl is a part of one's identity. Here you have to remember, being a boy or a girl is a biological difference which is termed as sex. But what we have to do as per being a boy or a girl is expected by our society. Actually, there is a pattern of behavior, a set of behavior that society expects us to do, that is known as gender. It means we can define gender as the set of behavior which we expect to do as boys or girls. In every society there are a number of things which are determined by society, which can be done by a girl or a boy, what things can be done by a girl or a boy. Now we see these separate qualities that the men and women are usually expected to have is termed as gender. Now I think you must have learned what is the difference between gender and the sex. Sex is a biological difference, that it means being a boy or a girl. And what is gender? Gender is a set or a pattern of behavior that society expects from us being a boy or a girl. Now we see, most of the time we think that both boys and girls everywhere grow in the same manner, but it is not like so. In every society, the men and women, the girl and boy have different roles to do. Let us see what is the different roles there. First of all, we will take example of Samoa, that is an island situated in the Pacific Ocean. We are taking a case study of 1920s. We will see what kind of life was there in the Samoan island, what were the major activities. We find that their girls and boys both do outdoor work, like both boys and girls go for fishing expeditions. They both go for outdoor work. They sometimes weave baskets, and at the same time boys also cook and girls help them just in the preparation. Do you find this example different from the society we are living in? Yes. In our society, men and the boys are expected to do outside work, while the household chorus comes in the name of girls and women. Let us see how being boy and a girl is different in our society. We are taking another example in Madhya Pradesh. In Madhya Pradesh, girls and boys study in different schools after 6th class. Means 6th class onwards, both boys and girls are having different schools, and their school's construction style is quite different. If you see, you will find that girls' school is surrounded by walls from all the sides, while the boys' school is open. Girls are having playground inside their school, which is totally confined, that provide them a sense of security. At the time of play, at the time of their school, they are totally cut off from their outer society. But on the other hand, if we see the schools of boys, we find that there is a big ground in front of their school where they play freely. They are always in connection of the outer world. At the same time, you will see when the school gets over, boys move freely on the road, either in the group or in alone, but girls usually move in group. They go straight to their home without having any kind of interaction with the others, because they are having fear to be teased by others. That's why they don't feel themselves free. After school gets over, they directly go to their home. While if you see boys, they don't go home directly. They do a kind of activities on the road. They move freely, they move in groups and make a number of activities on the road. This difference between the boys and girls does not end here only, but here we have to know from where do we come to know that boys and girls are different. This differentiation, this differences comes in our society right from the birth of a baby. There are several ways to convey that the baby is a boy or a girl. First of all, we see if you have just observed that boys are usually given cars, guns, such like toys, and girls are given dolls, cooking sets. These toys become the way to tell their different futures as men and women. Again, our society also expects girls and boys behave in different manners. Girls are supposed to be soft spoken, to be gentle, while boys are supposed to be tough and rough. If you see, our society determines how girls must dress, what games should boys play, how girls need to talk softly, and boys need to be tough are the ways to tell their specific roles in the society. Later, if you see, you will find that this role play affect their career also. Boys and girls choose their subjects and career that is influenced by their gender. If you see in your school, in class 12, most of the students in math are usually boys and most of the students in bio group are usually girls. You can see most of the girls prefer to make their career in safe places like teaching, while the boys are expected to be engineer or some outward activities. Now we see men and women, they don't have equal status in our society. We will try to just understand that why differences exist in the work done by men and women. The basic difference why women work is devalued in the home because their household work does not bring any money to the home, while the men do work for money. That is the reason why women's work in household is considered as devalued and it is not given importance. Just we see that women's work done within home is not recognized as real work. What is the reason behind that? Because these works does not bring money to the home. That is the major reason. Next, second reason is that across the world, it is believed that responsibility of housework and caregiving, looking after the sick and the small children, lies with women only. Third, it is assumed that these works naturally comes to women and that's why there is no need to pay for these. Hence, the work done by women are devalued. It means not given importance. What I was saying you, why women's work done within home is not recognized as real work? Because it is not getting money to the home. It is not adding income to the home. But the same work like stitching, like cooking, like washing the clothes, which is assumed to be the work of a woman, when these works are paid, then men also do it. That is why I have just given. Have you noticed cooks at the hotels and dhabas, washermen, tailors in the market are mostly men? Think why? The reason behind that is when the work paid money, then men are also ready to do that. But when these works are not being paid in form of money, it is assumed to be the work of women only. Now we see another pre-assumption about the woman's work inside the house. It is assumed that housework is easy and not time consuming. Here we will check, is that fact correct? First of all, we say what we commonly term as housework, that is actually a blend of many tasks. It involves many tasks. A number of these tasks require heavy physical work, like washing clothes, moving heavy items of the home from one side to another side, standing hours before the cooking oven, that needs a lot of physical strength. In rural areas, apart from these work, women and girls are expected to fetch water from the nearby wells or the tanks. Sometimes they have to carry firewood also. So these work are very physically demanding. It is believed that women's work is not so much difficult, but it is difficult. Mentally also, the women's work are very demanding. Do you think taking care of a sick person or a small child is easy? It is very irritating task, but women do that very perfectly. Now we see it is believed that women's work are easy. Women are not working for long hours. But if you see who wake up in your family earliest in the morning, it is your mother. And who go to the bed at the last, it is again your mother. If you compare the working hours of a working men or the working women, you will find that working women are doing more work than working men. Their working hours are longer than the working men. What is the reason behind that? Because the working women have to play their role both inside the home and outside the home. Inside the home, they have to do all the household chores, and at their working place, they have to do all the work assigned there. So that is known as double burden. Double burden, it is self-explanatory. Double means two, and burden means that is a kind of load. So working women are having two kinds of load. One inside the house where they have to perform a number of tasks together, and after reaching their offices, after reaching their workplaces, they have to do work there also. And after returning at home, again the night cooking preparation and other things they have to do. So such situation is known as double burden, which refers to the dual responsibility of a working woman, both inside the home and outside the home in their working place. So we have seen that girls and women are not taken equally in our society, but our constitution recognizes equality as one of the fundamental rights. So provide this equality, government has taken certain steps. Like the first, you can see the constitution says that being male and female should not become a reason for discrimination. Government recognizes the burden of child care and the housework falls on women and girls that may affect the girls attending school and women working outside the house. You must have seen in your families that the elder sisters are taking care of their smaller brothers and sisters, and sometimes they have to excuse their work, sometimes they have to excuse from their work. Government has recognized this problem, and to assist to help these working women and girls, government has set up several Anganwadis where the small kids can be taken care of by the employees. What is the benefit of that? When the small kids are put in Anganwadis, then women and the girls are mentally free to do their work in their respective working areas. Again, if you see, government has made a rule where the organization which has more than 30 employees with them, they have to set up a crèche so that working women can do their work proficiently over their workplace. So I think with the help of this PPT and this video, you would understand what is the reason behind the difference between men and women, why women's work is being devalued, why we are not taking it as a real work. You will just know what is the basic fact, what is the reality behind these facts. Reality is that women are doing a lot of work. Sometimes their working hours are longer than men. We only devalue their work because their work does not get money. That is the basic fact that you have to note down. I think this video would be helpful for you. Thank you.